No, we can't forget them at all. And you know what is so interesting? Earlier, you were talking about the fact that we have 50 days to go until Christmas.
Can you believe that?
Which goes by like that. But you know what doesn't go by like that? 1,657 days being in a shelter. Oh. And that is the story of our next dog that we want to present to you, who is up for adoption. So let's meet Merrick, or at least let's see a couple photos first. Now, Merrick, you may remember he was on our show once before, but he's still waiting for his adoption ever after. And he is a love bug. He's a big boy, and he's been in the shelter for 4.5 years, which is basically almost his entire life. So now let's meet Merrick, who's in Kansas City with Christine at the Humane Society of Greater Kansas. Oh my goodness, Merrick looks adorable, very festive. How are you guys?
We're fine, thanks. How are you?
Doing great. Tell me about this guy. He has been there way too long, and I know he just gets overlooked time and time again.
Yes, he does. Merrick came to us when he was about 6 months old. He had been, unfortunately, dumped at a garage sale with his paperwork, and he was left under a plate, or the paperwork was left under a plate, and he had a very large abscess, so he had an infection in his mouth that his owner hadn't cared for, and so that was all fixed up. And Merrick has just been, he's a handful sometimes, but in a good way. He has a lot of energy. He's a big guy, but he is such a sweetheart. He's so smart. He's very, very affectionate. And I think he's just passed over because sometimes people think there's something wrong with the dog if they've been in a shelter for a certain amount of time or if they've grown up there, and it isn't. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this handsome boy who's letting me up.
It's like a catch-22. I've said that before, that if a dog doesn't get adopted right away, people start thinking something must be wrong. But he's been in good hands for 4.5 years with you guys and obviously doing something right and loves you and is telling you thank you for loving me. But he does need a home of his own. And I know, as you said, he's good in the car. He's great on leash. He's 70 pounds of kissable love.
Yes. I just learned this because he celebrated his 5th birthday here on Saturday. So we bought him a cheeseburger and French fries, and I actually fed him French fries out of my mouth. And as excited as he was, he only knocked me over just in his excitement. So he's a very, very affectionate, loving, sweet dog who just deserves at this point to be the center of attention and to not have to share a home with other pets because he deserves it.
Yeah, he does. Well, no offense to you, but a shelter is not a place for a 5th birthday. So let's get him out of there. He deserves to have an amazing big couch all to himself. So please, 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 please go to hsgkc.org. Again, that's the Humane Society of Greater Kansas City. Find out about Merrick. Gosh, I cannot wait to receive an email saying that Merrick has gone into his adoption ever after. And I just am putting the vibes out there that this time around it's going to happen. So thank you, Christine, for keeping him safe and feeding him yummy French fries and giving him lots of love until then. And I just urge somebody out there to go save Merrick, especially in time for the holidays. And there are dogs just like Merrick at rescues and shelters across the country. So please find a shelter near you and go meet a Merrick that makes your heart sing and will keep you cozy for the holidays and every day of the year.